Well, hey YouTube, so today guys, we're back here with another review, and today we have a review here. So this is the EasySMX wired, not Bluetooth, but wired game controller, guys, and it definitely is based off the Xbox 360 controller design, but obviously this is a third-party product, and it's not really made for the Xbox. I mean, maybe it works for it. We can try that out if you guys want. But the main purpose of this is to play your PC games or Android games with a controller because those devices do suffer from a lack of control variety. And what I mean by that is, for example, on Android, you kind of really have to use the touchscreen to play every game, right? And to be fair with you, the touchscreen is not a good way to play games, especially FPSs and stuff of that nature. So you have these controllers that come out that can address the issue. And on PC, yeah, you can plug in anything you want, but I'm just talking about what comes with a PC, which is typically just a keyboard and mouse pad, right? You can't really play any good games like that. I mean, I know some people love playing TF2 and Fortnite with a controller and mouse. Not a controller, but, you know, a keyboard and mouse. But I'm not one of those people. So I'm very happy that products like this exist here. So, like I said before, this is a model based off the 360 controller. It's very, very similar. There are some discrepancies with it. Obviously, this just has a USB thing. And most of the 360 controllers were wireless. There were some wired ones earlier on in the lifespan, so you do have some wired ones that do exist here. Obviously, it's not going to feel as premium as that controller. I mean, there's some noticeable differences. The material, while there is some gripping on here, it's not as substantial as the 360 controller, which I think is probably the best gaming controller ever made, in my opinion. I mean, nothing beats that thing, really. Nothing beats that. But I mean, it's very similar. It has the same color layout as a 360 controller. Very similar. Not only does they look very similar, right? They actually feel very similar to a 360 one. The older model, which I also reviewed for them, it definitely felt more cheap. This feels more closer to what a 360 controller would actually sound like. Got that D-pad, which is very, very similar here. So yeah, the triggers. They're good, but not as good as 360 controller, obviously. But hey, these triggers are not bad. It's definitely an improvement over the last year's model, which I did get to review. And you have the cool little new logo that they're using, which is like a racing horse. It looks like to be here. So yeah, let's test the. Let's see how long this thing is here. I do have an Xbox One controller, guys, so we can compare it. So let me just open this first. So it's slightly longer than my wingspan, which means this is going to be a 6-foot wingspan. Not wingspan, but, you know, cable length. And that's not too bad. That's pretty, that's not bad. Not bad at all. But maybe if you're playing on one side of the room, maybe you really can't play on the other side. You maybe have to be somewhat close. We could do an experiment to see how far away you can be, but it does seem like 6 feet is a limit, and that's not. It's okay. It could have been better for sure, but hey, I'm not complaining too much about this. So I definitely want to test this out. But before we do that, here is an Xbox One controller. I do not have a 360 controller with me, but as you can see, the designs are similar. But obviously, if I had a 360 controller, you would see that even looks more like this than these two look together. But they look very similar. You know, I'm gonna put that away now. Put that up here, and I do have an Xbox One, so I'm personally curious if this would work with the Xbox One. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure. Obviously, guys, there's no reason to test the PC. We all know. I mean, this is made for PC. I'm not too worried about that. But I definitely am curious about the menu navigation on an Xbox One, so we can go test it out right now. I'm gonna move my screen here. So the Xbox One's already on. To be honest with you guys, I do use my Xbox One these days. Not for playing games, but for mining cryptocurrency. I do use this thing as a crypto miner, and what that means is that you can get the internet browser on the Xbox One. And guys, if you didn't know that, there is an internet browser. So I go to my site I use to do browser crypto mining on there, and I just plug in the Xbox One and I let it run all day doing mainly that. So let's get to the Xbox One menu here. So this is not the Xbox One. This is something else. This should be the Xbox One, I believe. So here you go. Here's the Xbox One, guys. Hope you can see that. So let's see if this works. You know, I have no promises. There's no power. There's no power coming to this thing. The buttons don't really work here. That's definitely not a good sign. I mean, they haven't advertised this to work with the Xbox One, so that's not, too crazy, but yeah. It seems like this is not made for the Xbox One, which is a bummer. You can still obviously use this thing with the PC, which we already knew that, but that's still better than nothing, right? But it would have been nice to see console support, without any special adapters. But it seems like, that's not going to be the case here. So in terms of drivers, guys, you don't need any special drivers. You just plug this thing in. The computer should recognize it, and sometimes they download the Xbox controller driver on its own. So actually, you don't really have to do anything. It's a very passive experience here. So yeah, I mean, it can't be used for Xbox, but it's a pretty good, comfortable gaming controller for PC. And yeah, if you want to buy this thing, Amazon link will be down below. I'll make sure you guys subscribe and like for daily news and reviews. And yeah, if you want to support me, check out my website. This is going to have a written review for it, because anytime a company sends me something for review, and I agree to review it, I always provide a written review. So if you guys wait about 12 hours from the time this review comes out, there should be a written review on my website, which is pbosonline.com. Check it out. Got exclusive videos on there. Got written reviews for a bunch of things I reviewed. So that's cool. I got a shop, a Pbos shop. You can buy clothing. You can buy other cool stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. And thank you. Bye.